Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? My name is Tony Rosano, and this is episode 253 of the world famous University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. We just call it Online Marketing Moves, and we're coming to you live today. Today is Thursday, April the 15th, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are just going to talk about accountability, making a mistake, recognizing the mistake, and then quickly moving on as fast as possible. Now, why do I bring this up? I will tell you early this morning or yesterday, sometime within the 24 hours, I went to a place, a little small little area, and I was at a fuel pump. And I was at the fuel pump, and then I think I had my wheels to the left. And I don't know if you ever seen a big truck, but you have the wheels to the left, the truck will definitely go left. And so I started to drive. I was driving about 2 miles an hour, and I heard a and I said, "Oh shit!" And I realized that I had ran over a pole. It was a pretty tall pole, and I thought, "Damn it!" But it wasn't that bad, but it was bad enough. Of course, they're gonna say, "Hey, you got into an accident, you ran over a pole or whatever." So I just got on the phone. I sent pictures and I called the company and I called, a couple more people. And of course they called me back because it was 4 in the morning. So nobody's gonna call you until about 7:30. So the people come calling, making a big deal about everything. And this guy, he said, "Hey, how come you didn't call in?" And I said, "Well, it's 4 o'clock in the morning." I sent the message and he said, "I don't care. You're supposed to call in. You know the rules, blah, blah, blah." But the reason why I sent the message is because if you call these people and they say, "Oh, I never received this phone call," then they can try to say, "Oh, I was trying to avoid the accident." So you have to make sure that you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. But the moral of the story is, in my younger days when I was 22, 23, I would have tried to cover this up, and of course I would have failed, and I would have got fired. You know what I mean? But what I've learned in my 41 years of living is when you make a mistake, the easiest thing, even though it's hard, the easiest thing is just to own up to it, get it over with, take the bad medicine and be done with it. And you don't have to look back and you don't have to think about it anymore because me, I know some people they don't forget anything. Me, a lot of the a lot of bad things that have happened to me, anything major, minor, doesn't matter. I normally forget it within a couple of days. It doesn't really register, which sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not so good, especially if you do things to people that's not right and you sort of forget about it and they bring it up and you're like, man, I did that. And it's like, that's not it's not good in that instance. But for me personally, if something happens to me, then I definitely always forget about it. And I don't know why, but now in my older days of life, I just own up to things and just get it over with. And all I can say is, all I can do is apologize and just say, hey, maybe we can move forward. Let's, the company. Because I thought to myself, I said, you know, I thought, man, they like to fire people for any reason. So I thought, oh man, if I don't hurry up and just fess up, and try to walk in and like, hey, nothing happened, they would definitely try to fire me. And I don't want to get fired. I just want to quit. And you know, it got me to thinking. And then they said I probably had to do some kind of training or something like that. That's kind of annoying, but anyway, it doesn't matter because you know, things of this nature. Because I'm like, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I shouldn't even be where I was at. And I'm not making any excuses. I mean, I ran over the pole. I ran over the pole. It is what it is. But I just kept thinking to myself, see, this is why I said, the affiliate marketing, I'm at a level now that's fine, but I gotta get to I got to get to a level where I can just be like, hey, that's it. I'm done. I'm semi dependent on my work income now, but I need to get to a point where I'm not even thinking about the work. The work income will just come second, and when that happens, I'm just putting in a 2-week notice. I'm not gonna, before in the past I was thinking, even before this incident in the last couple of weeks, I was thinking, I'm gonna work for a couple of years and then really just get the nah. Oh, when I when I'm comfortably making, you know, when I am netting home like $20,000 a month, and it's possible. It's really possible. Like, I'm definitely not at to that point. I'm at a point. I'm at a good point, but I'm not at the point where I want to be. But even now, I'm like, making out all right. It's like, should I just quit now? As I told you before, I told you the Steve Harvey story when he's like he won the $50 for in a contest and he just quit. And I was like, man, that's cojones. I wish I had that ability because I would have quit. I would have quit truck driving after the first sale I made when I was, trying to do the MLM. And I made my first sale, and I was like, boom. And then that next Friday, that money hit, and I was like, this is pretty amazing. I'm ready to quit my job. But anyway, the point of all this is just, you know, in your marketing, listen, in your trust and believe you me, in your marketing, in your advertising, your emails, anything you try, you are going to make a mistake in the beginning. You're going to make a mistake in the middle, and you're going to make a mistake no matter how great you get at it, how good you get at it. I mean, I am great at driving trucks. I am fantastic at this job, and I made a mistake today, and it's all right. It's not a big deal. The most important thing was I recognized the mistake, corrected the mistake, got out of the situation a lot easier than I would have before. Did the minimum damage I could do and just called it in, fessed up, and got it over with. And so that's what's going to happen to you. Sometimes you'll send an email out and it'll have no link. Sometimes you will make the mistake and just send a blank email. I've done both of these things. And so you just come back and you say, hey, sorry about all that. I forgot to send you the link. Here's the link. Boom. So don't make it a big deal. You know what I mean? Don't look at it as the end all be all. Don't look at it as it's so dramatic. Just flush it out of your memory bank because these things are going to happen. You might make a mistake one time and say, hey, I'm going to do a live call at let's say it's 2 weeks from now. You say, hey, I'm gonna go live. You know, I April 29th at 3 p.m. And let's say you live in Mountain Time, and in your mind you're thinking 3 p.m. my time, but then you don't announce it. If you just see the mistake and you're like, all right, oh, I gotta let them know 3 p.m. what time? Mountain, Central, Eastern. You know what I mean? Like you have to say that kind of stuff because people, when you're gonna meet people from all different, hell, you're gonna meet people from across the world when it comes to affiliate marketing and things of that nature. So you really want to specify what time, hey, I'm in this time zone, so meet me here. And then, you always do a recording or whatever, but you want to let people know 3 p.m. what time, because some people forget that. They're like, I'm in California, 3 p.m. And it's like 3 p.m. what? Because 3 p.m. to me, if you say 3 p.m., I get there 3 p.m. and I see nothing, then I'm going to leave and not come back, But if you just say, hey, I forgot to tell you 3 p.m. Pacific, I'll say, okay, it's 6 o'clock my time. So, it's little things. You'll make mistakes, and the most important thing is just, recognize them, correct them, say, hey, sorry about all that, my bad, and just move on. Don't be one of these people who make a mistake and then they just a matter of fact, I got a perfect example for you. Me and my wife, we went out and got ice cream Monday. Yeah, Monday we went to the ice cream place and we got this cool ice cream. It was like some kind of roll-up ice cream my wife got. And she got mango. So she was eating ice cream, and she looked down and she saw her hair, and she said, "Oh man, I can't eat this anymore. Look at this hair right here." And it was like a short black hair. And so my wife, we was right across the street from the ice cream place. So I said, "Do you want another ice cream? Because I mean, you said it was pretty good." So she said, "I'm gonna call and just let him know. Maybe he want to clean out his machine or something, so that way he won't have to worry about anybody else." So she called the guy up, called the gentleman up, and she said, "Hey, I was just in your store. I got the mango ice cream and I found the hair in it." And this guy, you know what he said? "It's not my hair. It's not my hair. It's not my hair." My wife said, I didn't say it was your hair. I don't know whose hair this is. It can't be mine." And she said, my wife said, "It can't be mine because it was in the middle." So she was, if it would have been on top, possibility could have been her hair, but it was in the middle of the ice cream, like mixed up. So it definitely had to be somebody else's hair. But this guy, he just argued and he just kept saying, "It's not my hair." And then he said, "What do you want? Do you want another ice cream or do you want your refund?" And she said, "Well, I'll take another ice cream." And we went back, and then he said, "You want your money back?" And she said, "No, I just take another ice cream, that's fine." And then he kept saying that wasn't his hair, that wasn't his hair. And she said, "It's never happened." And she said, "Hey man, I understand, but I'm in the food service business. I was just letting you know that maybe you want to clean up your machine. I don't know." And this guy, he just kept coming up with excuse after excuse. Instead of him just saying, "Oh, sorry about that. Here's another ice cream," and just roll with it, like just all right. It's not a big deal. Nobody's gonna go on, when well, maybe he don't know us, but I don't go on these Yelps and all this and just to give bad reviews. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that person. If the place was bad to me, then I'm not gonna go. But I'm not gonna sit there and just poo poo it. If it was a good place, I might do a review, and if it was a bad place, I might, but I wouldn't just go on there just to give a bad review. But I'm too lazy to go on all these kind of Yelps and review places and do reviews. So but that's just me. But the point is, why are you making it a big deal? It's like a hair. It's like a little hair. Of course, she can't eat that. Like she just wanted another ice cream because that kind of stuff, grosses her out. But he made it more. He made more out of it than what it needed to be made. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, I'm saying all that just to say, hey man, don't make things a bigger deal than what they already are. All right, just you make a mistake, just go on. Just own up to it, because that's a and I've had to learn this the hard. I've definitely had to learn this the hard way. Owning up to your mistakes, owning up to things that you make mistakes on, is definitely something is a real sign of maturity. Like I remember I told the podcast, I said I'm gonna start doing videos every day. My bad. I haven't done a video yet. I'm still trying to get the schedule down pat and all this all stuff. It's just a lot of things going on in my world, and I'm just like, what? I was like, I said I was gonna do a video like a month ago, and I've done a couple, and one time I remember I was gonna do one, and this not an excuse. This is just my fault. But of course, the battery was, I knew it too. I said, I know this battery's gonna be dead, and sure enough, I hooked it up to my tripod, and the battery was just as dead as it wanted to be. And so I said, well. But I had two batteries, and both of them were dead. So that's doubly my fault. But we make mistakes. You just have to move on. Don't make it a big deal. Don't make it out to be a scene. Don't make the mistake your story. Don't hold on to it. Let it go. Things happen. Nobody's perfect. That's why we're here on earth. You know, I think we just have to, yeah, just don't worry about it. Something happens, like I said, any kind of email, any kind of like, if you misspell something in an article and you don't proofread it, it's not a big deal. And you put it on your blog post, it's not a big deal. If you go back and you see it, of course revise it, but don't make it out like, I can't believe I misspelled this word on this blog. Oh man, nobody's gonna read it. people will read it. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about all that. Just relax. Just take it easy. Just make a mistake, own up to it, and move on. Because the more you own up to your mistakes, the better off you will be, and the better you will be for it. Trust and believe you me. I've made a lot of mistakes in my lifetime, and when I was, up until I probably was 30 something, I would think about who can I blame, who can I blame, who can I point, what kind of excuse can I come up with? But now I'm at the age now, I'm just like, listen, that's my mistake. I screwed up. Sorry about that. I'll try to fix it if you want me to fix it. If not, I can't. I'll because I don't think about the past a hell of a lot. So for me, it's just like I just move forward. I live in the present moment, and all I can do is just move forward. I can't do anything about what happened before. I can just apologize and fess up and just go on. But that's I'm just telling you, that's how I roll. And when it comes to this online marketing, you will make a mistake or two. It won't be a big deal. You just figure it out and move on, and just come back and do better the next time. Learn from your mistakes. Don't be a hard-headed cuss and keep running your head against the same wall. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the podcast today. Fess up to your mistakes. You make a mistake, correct it, apologize if it hurts somebody, and move on. That's all we can do. All right. And of course, as always, be in the present moment, please. Don't worry about the you know what I do every now and then? Every now and then I give myself like 10 minutes to just to think about, like like sometimes when I was broke, I used to always think about, man, what if I had like $300 million? I would just think about this, and I would be like, I really could come up with $300 million. And so I would just go on and on thinking about it. But now I'm like, all right, if I have those thoughts every blue moon, I have those thoughts. I'm like, all right, self, we got 10 minutes. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes to escape and think about what would you do with $300 million. And for 10 minutes, I think about what kind of island I would be on, like where would I be, what would I be doing, where would I be at, what kind of car would I drive, So for 10 minutes, every now and then, I have this moment where I'm thinking about, man, if I had 300, and I don't know why the number's 300 million, but it sounds like a good number to me. Because I don't need a whole lot of money, but I mean, 300 million, 300 million does sound like a lot of money, but 300 million is comfortable. Like, you can buy anything with $300 million. I'm sure you could buy everything with 100 million, but I got a big family, so just in case somebody wants to borrow some money, never pay me back. Just gets a bunch of people want to borrow money and never pay me back. I can use 300 million, but I always, every now and then, I slip out, and I'm like, all right, self, we're gonna do a little daydreaming for 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes, I'm like, all right, that's it. Let's get back to it, because me daydreaming all day about $300 million is not going to give me any money. So, close that door and shut it, and just, keep it pushing after that. So that's the thing about being in the present moment. You want to, the more you are present, the better off you will be. You don't want to live in the past, and you definitely don't want to be dreaming about the future, because the journey is not about what happened 2 months ago, what happened 2 years ago, because we all change. We change on a daily basis. Not about what happened before, not about what's gonna happen. It's about what's happening right now. What are you doing right now? Like right now, you're in the present moment. You're listening to this podcast, and then you're gonna go out and do whatever you got to do after this. Go to work, or you know go to sleep, or eat, or whatever you're gonna do, and you're gonna be in the present moment then too. You're not gonna be out here in the escapism mode. You want to avoid escapism. It's a game you're not gonna win. It's a terrible game, and it holds you up. Thinking about the past holds you up. Thinking about the future too much holds you up. Live in the present moment. Be accountable. Be there. All right. So that's it for this podcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if you haven't already, ladies and gentlemen, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, Why haven't you subscribed to that ever floundering YouTube channel? Go to Tony Rizzano on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, because we will this month, next month, no, so sooner than later, ladies and gentlemen, we will definitely be uploading videos on a daily basis. I just got to get a couple of things done, and we will get that the cracking. All right. And check us out on social media accounts. I got rid of the Instagram online marketing. So you can just follow me at TRESONNO if you want. You can always go to Twitter and follow me at the same TRESONNO. You can look us up on Facebook, Online Marketing Moves, the Facebook page. And you can go to, for right now on TikTok, we have Online Marketing Moves, but we're just gonna change that back to T Rizzano, you know. So definitely go there, follow us on all those social media sites if you want, you should. And yeah, come back tomorrow because we'll have an all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, my name is Tony Rizzano. Thank you for listening, and as always, everybody, peace.